Morning. It's the 3rd of November. Wednesday already today. My gosh. It's only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 more days to get this weight going so I have a good weigh-in on Saturday. I feel better. I feel so much better than I did the last 2 weeks. Still, a little tight in the morning, but I don't know. Already well, there goes my ring. See, already it's loose so it doesn't hang on all day like before. Here's my cinnamon and honey paste I put on my eczema. So that's like cinnamon ground in there now. I read you take a paste of cinnamon and honey and put it on there. I also read that honey will cure almost anything. High cholesterol, obesity, skin rashes, boost your immune system, just cancer, everything. So start taking your honey. It said honey and cinnamon are the two secret ingredients that could put the pharmaceutical companies out of business. So read up on some honey cures. So yesterday I drank honey water twice with cinnamon in it. Once in the morning and once when I got done with my coffee. Then I just made some hot water, put some honey and cinnamon in it and sipped on that all day. And then last night I made another one and sipped on that till I went to bed. So we'll see. And then I made the paste out of honey and cinnamon. It says to put on eczema, make a paste and just spread it on. And it will take the itch away, and then, if the itch isn't there, it has time to heal. So it does feel better today. Biggest Loser last night. Did anybody watch? Oh my God. Did you see the way they worked out? Okay, for you that don't watch, they had to go work with the U.S. Marines. They actually went to Camp Pendleton in California, I think it's called. And they worked out with the Marines, just like the Marines. They had to put this big heavy backpack on and big boots and their, the whole gear, and trudge up these hills, these dusty old hills, and get down on their bellies and crawl underneath this netting with this big backpack on. I mean, they worked out just like if they were in boot camp. And now, of course, they stayed right there on campus or whatever. And so they ate what, the military guys did. Well, these guys do this every day, and they're all muscle, So they eat eggs and bacon and sausage, and I don't know what they didn't show what they had for lunch or dinner, but their breakfast was, the sausage links and eggs, and they had no other I don't know if they had any other choice. I think they'll go into more of that this next show, but so they ate what was there, but they also said, the way we're working out, they needed energy to get through these days. So they ate, but then it didn't show what they did for lunch or dinner, so I don't know, what they had. So anyway, then they come back and do their last chance workout with Julian, and they get their time to weigh in, and one guy gained 4 pounds, and a girl gained 1, and another one only lost 2, I think. One guy lost 7, one guy lost 14, so that just doesn't make sense. How can one lose 14 and one gain 4? They're all 300 pounds, So I just thought that was so interesting. I just looked at my husband and thought, oh my God, it's not. So it doesn't matter how much you work out like that. Because if you don't have the eating in sync with it, you're not going to get the rewards like you should. So I think I read once 80% of it is what we eat. 20% is how the workout. The military loses weight because they do this every day. They've got the muscle to burn that off what they're eating. Well, these people, granted they've been working out, but they don't work out like that every day, and they don't have the muscle yet. So, I'm thinking that's what. I think the main thing they wanted them to show these people is about teamwork. What was that saying? So you're only as good as your weakest link. Some of them just struggled. They just didn't feel like they could do it, and so the other ones had to go back and grab her and just carry her dang near to the finish line, and because they couldn't finish without every one of their teammates. In the military, you can't leave a guy behind, so that's what they were trying to show them all, that yeah, it's a game and yeah, it's about money, but they're in this together and they've got to help each other. So I don't know, it was a great show. I thought I was just amazed though at the scale. I've gone to Weight Watchers and lost 4 pounds in a week. I've got it in one of my journals, and I probably maybe danced in my kitchen, and so my 4 pounds was my eating. What I did that week was eating. I think that's when I first stopped eating carbs, long time ago, when my niece had told me about carbs. Carb is a carb is a carb is a carb, and no matter what, I was just eating too many carbs, and so I cut back on my carbs. I think I only ate them once with dinner or something, and lost 4 pounds that week. I mean, just like that, lost 4 pounds by cutting back my carbs. So these people work out like that and gained 4 pounds, gained 1 pound, gained 2. I just was blown away. So it's about, and I'm wondering, I just hope they go into and show us what they ate, because you would still think with that amount of exercise they would have still lost. I just never thought any of them would gain. Or they must have really taken advantage of the food. All right, I'm still shooting for a loss this week, and I'm still enjoying that Fitness Pal. And I just love how at the end of the day it says, if you continue to eat like this. Now yesterday it said, if you continue to eat like this, you will be 250 in 5 weeks. Oh my God, that's like 10 pounds. Yeah, that's like 10 pounds. So I just don't know how that could be, but it's so nice to see. It's nice to see that, say that to you, and it makes you just go, yes, let's go, let's get this done. Now, last night for supper, my husband made these little, they were like a chuck-eyed round little steak. He uses them in his barbecue restaurant as the beef that they smoke, but the store had them in like a little steak, and they were tender as heck, but they must have had them inject it in with something, because they were salty, and no matter how he cooked them and how long he cooked them, they were just blood red in the middle. They wouldn't change color in the middle, so they had that look of being raw, which I don't like a raw steak. So to me, the texture was still soft. It never firmed up like a steak. When you cook it, as it gets more done, it'll get more firm. Well, I like a firmer steak. I don't like that any real wiggly. I don't like it well done, but I like it so it's got a little texture to it. And these just would not cook through. They just, I couldn't. I just had to spit it out. So I had figured in on my Fitness Pal, 8 ounces of steak, because that's basically all I was eating. I knew that was a little high, and I probably had 2 ounces, so I got to go back in and change that. Then I made a Greek salad, just romaine and some Greek dressing with feta cheese in it, and then threw a whole handful of red grapes in there. Oh, it's delicious. So that was what I had for supper. And I did buy some popcorn, because some nights I just feel like, I need something, and it's just nothing seems, it just feels like I need something heavier, a little heavier, something to get me through the night, especially when I have 2 nights in a row now where the protein sucked. the chicken was freezer-burnt and the beef was too salty, and so I feel, but I didn't give in to anything last night. But I just bought some the Weight Watcher endorsed popcorn. I know it's a carb, but this is whole grain popcorn. Have you seen that? It's 100% whole grain. I think it's 100% popcorn. So I have that in case, and I thought, there's worse things in this world than popcorn. And I'll put it in my thing. The last 2 nights I've ended up with 200 or 300 calories that I didn't use, so I have room for that. So that's about it. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. It's pretty quiet around here right now. 2 sleeping and 1 watching Diego. Diego. Go, Diego, go. If I've heard that one time, I've heard it 100. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.